AWGE, AWGE, A World Gone Evil, ASAP Worldwide Global Enterprises, Are We Gonna Eat, Always Wearing Goofy Earrings, Angry Women Getting Even, A Weird Genetic Experiment, Are We Good Enough? Most people focus on what exactly AWGE means, but the truth is, AWGE has multiple meanings, and that's the point.
Product.
2015 was the year that ASAP Rocky decided to shift his approach to the hip-hop industry. The first order of business was to create an insulated team that would curate and develop his creative output. With Robert Gallardo as creative director and Kamera working photography, ASAP Rocky reorganized his Instagram into a collage-based gallery. This could be seen as a signifier for what was to come. Emphasis on experimental visuals. With the introduction of this unexpected aesthetic came the development of a hidden network, AWGE. To help us uncover the deeper truths of Rocky's projects, we worked with hip-hop investigator par excellence, TKW Presents.
ASAP Rocky's AWGE collective is as mysterious as it is talented. The mystery, however, doesn't come from who the members are, but rather what they do, and AWGE's list of members is a rabbit hole in itself. The website presents its members as being in one of two sides, either as an artist or as one of the people. Most of the names on the artist side are fairly easy to guess. You got some of the original ASAP mob like ASAP Ferg, ASAP Nas, 12E, and of course Rocky, Playboy Cardi, who's arguably the first real artist AWGE has pumped out, and then some smaller names like the underrated Smokey Margilla and Trees Loki. Trees especially is worth a listen. He's a Virginia native who kind of rounds out the AWGE roster with a more pop-happy vibe. The part of the roster we were most interested in, however, was the people side. If you want to know who's made Rocky look so damn good during his rise, this is like a Rolodex of great talent. Matt Henson plays stylist for the group and does all things fashion, with the help of Ian Connor, who's listed simply as a curator for the team. Shane Gonzales, who you might recognize from his clothing label, Midnight Studios, handles all the design for AWGE. They've even got Ben Baller listed as the official AWGE jeweler. Every name on this list is someone who's extremely talented at what they do, but the question still remains. What do they actually do as it pertains to AWGE? Is it simply the machine behind these artists? Another classic case of a poppin' artist starting his own record label? Or are they planning something larger, like a full-fledged creative agency?
It can be interpreted that AWGE does currently act as a creative agency. However, most of their projects are in-house. They've got a few significant collaborations under their belt, such as a limited fashion collection with Guess, paired with a pop-up shop experience, a short film/music video directed by Dexter Navy titled Money Man. The piece is intended as a homage to the 1995 cinema classic La Haine. A collection of video mixtapes called the AWGE DVDs. It includes spliced B-roll footage and excerpts out of Rocky's life, combined with a lo-fi effect and graphic treatments reminiscent of late 90s home entertainment and computing. AWGE's Midnight Rave was an extension of this lo-fi, loose structure aesthetic. Rocky had teamed up with Midnight Studios and Off-White to throw a pseudo-underground party at a warehouse in downtown Los Angeles. Most recently, AWGE seemingly came out of left field to work with Under Armour and revive one of skateboarding's most polarizing oddities, the Osiris D3. On the surface, this seems like a cheap gimmick that Rocky and AWGE could use to tap into the protected culture of skateboarding. However, the handling of this project reveals something key about AWGE's methods. You see, AWGE knows that the D3 lived a double life as a raver's shoe. ASAP Rocky, with the formal blessings of Dave Mayhew, worked to expand his signature method of operation, to bring separate cultures together in unity. ASAP Rocky has this to say of AWGE.
Well, AWGE is a collective of young creatives, from artists to musical artists, you know, and I think we all get together and kind of like mastermind how we want to take over, manipulate, or change, you know, the aesthetic and the way things are in culture, music, film, fashion, and art. You know, that's all we do. It's just a ton of artists, and we try to like rekindle that free spirit living and just kind of like making do-it-yourself kind of stuff. The sound I feel like your sound should match your outfit. Your outfit should match your video. Your video should match your girlfriend, you know? It's one of those kind of things.
Wow.
So everything's aesthetic, man. You walk into my house, it's feng shui, and it's just vibes. And you know, I interior decorated everything myself. You know, I feel like that's what we push. I don't know if everybody's, you know, down for that or if that's just their morals and standards, but that's what we push, that's what we live.
Now think of everything Rocky represents. He was born and raised in Harlem, an impoverished community within Manhattan, a global epicenter. This dichotomy is embodied by Rocky, a street kid with connections to avant-garde, high-fashion houses. AWGE potentially acts as a bridge between the upper echelon and the ghetto. New York City continues to churn out modern creative masterminds, from Bloody Osiris, another Harlem fashion prodigy, to this up-and-coming collective we recently caught wind of, Urban Architects. Like AWGE, they're grinding to bring the quintessential NYC experience to music, art, and fashion. So who do you think AWGE stands with? And how effective is their plan to take over? The obvious comparison for a similar entity is Kanye's agency, Donda. But if you're a fan of design, AWGE might resemble a facet of a different philosophical movement, the Bauhaus. This 1920s German school for industrial design believes that objects should be in purest form, and the interactions between people and design will shape their entire existence. The Bauhaus introduced a compelling minimalist aesthetic that continues to influence the world around us to this day. It's not far-fetched to think that AWGE's aspirations overlap with the Bauhaus principles. But as much as A$AP Rocky speaks of creating new fundamentals for a living, we have to ask, is this truly valuable? AWGE can be critically interpreted as the worship of the material. This could possibly be an exercise in vanity. Does the world truly need more depictions of material wealth that makes the youth desperate to appear more special than their peers? Is clout the only thing worth experiencing? Those answers may reveal themselves as AWGE continues to expand. Speaking of expanding, we here at Push Product are dropping a collection of merch. Check it out and see if you're in alignment with our philosophy. So what's the takeaway from all this? How do you find success in developing an agency around your own personal principles? Consider this. 1. Have a philosophy. Develop an understanding of why your voice can enhance the world around you. 2. Recruit talent from different disciplines. When your team specializes in unique and unrelated skill sets, you're bound to create something special. 3. Work in silence. Staying off the radar can allow you the freedom from expectation. The added mystery can make your products seem interesting if they succeed, and experimental if they fail. AWGE can be seen as the next evolution of hip-hop culture. Rappers are moving away from individual talent to multidisciplinary creative leaders. Let's hope that Rocky has the heart to play the long game with the winning team. When you go from making art for the culture to making culture for artists, there's no telling how far you'll go. That's what it means to push product.
What do you think about the way AWGE operates? Do you think they're doing enough for the culture? Also, are they really an agency? Or are they just another collective trying to separate themselves from the A$AP mob? Feel free to leave a comment and subscribe to our channel if you want to keep seeing videos like this one. We've just dropped our first collection ever. We've only made a few, so they will be selling out fast. If you believe in what we do, please support us and go get some. Also, shout out to Urban Architects for always staying true to themselves and always dropping some fire music. If you haven't heard of him, please check him out. The link is in the description below. Shout out to TKW Presents for helping out with this video. His socials are in the description below. One last thing before we let you go. Check out our Instagram and hit the follow button to stay connected to the latest independent artists. If you would like to be featured, send us a DM and tell us why we should feature you. Thank you.